Gates are back, and on the bounce gave away 3 lengths as the starter said go. The odds-on shot is lost for the time being. Gave away 3 lengths start. Shakespeare in Love, the yellow cap is around them. Roy's Bugle is prominent. Minnie the Moocher and the White Silks to the inside. Roy's Hot Ashes further back in the run. Indian Rain on the bounce has made a length. Black Sleeves and Cap is only 4 lengths off them, and Pharaoh's Charm is the trailer. Moving around the 1200 metre zone, Roy's Bugle just about the leader. On the bounce, Anton's making a move around them. Black Sleeves and Cap, and Anton Marcus pulled the trigger, and on the bounce from last to first. Goes on by 2. Roy's Bugle second. Shakespeare in Love, the yellow cap, is third. Minnie the Moocher and the White is fourth as they go down to the 700 peg. Roy's Hot Ash on the outside, Indian Rain and Pharaoh's Charm the trailer. On the bounce at the 550 metre marker, Shakespeare in Love now looks to come forward, the yellow cap. Towards the outside, Roy's Hot Ash. The stick's about to come out, and on the bounce as they homeward bound. Anton's had a look to the outside. In front, a length and a half. He hasn't gone for the stick just yet, just coaxing her along. Minnie the Moocher to the inside. Coming to the 300, now Anton says go. How much left in the tank? Because Minnie the Moocher becomes a big runner on the inside. On the bounce by a half, but is flat to the boards, and you get the feel that Minnie the Moocher could have her measure the last 100, and that looks to be the case now. Minnie the Moocher goes on. On the bounce is Treading Water, second spot, maybe Pharaoh's Charm, then on the bounce. Shakespeare in Love further back in the running. Well, Minnie the Moocher comes home best of all, and there were quite a few reservations about number 1 on the bounce. The blinkers were off, the tongue tie on. She was slow again, 3 lengths. Anton then committed. He set her alight, went to the front, and just before they turned for home, he was looking to the outside. He was going to go for the stick, but he just tried to keep her together, and once he went for the stick, that was it. The favourite was buried, number 1 on the bounce. But number 3, Minnie the Moocher goes on. Pharaoh's Charm gets up second. On the bounce, Treading Water, another odds-on favourite to get beaten, KwaZulu-Natal this week. Then came Shakespeare in Love. Further back in the running, Roy's Hot Ash and Indian Rain. There you'll see on the bounce, now Anton goes for the whip, and it's clear to see that she's under fire. Minnie the Moocher now gets to her. On the bounce is trying to stay on, but the more Anton asks, nothing extra to come. And number 3, Minnie the Moocher, comes through best of all with the Gavin Van Zyl stable. On the way to the start, she was showing a little bit of eagerness, and in the running, she comes through to win. That's the first race. Back to the studio.
Well, it's a nice start for the race meeting for the Gavin Van Zyl team here with Minnie the Moocher, the daughter of Judpot, coming back fresh, well, and straight into the number 1 box. And Gavin, I touched on the way she was turned out. You seem to have a spot on for today, even though she was rested after her last start.
Yeah, she was a little immature. It came a bit early for her, and I don't think she was strong enough. So I said to the guys after her last start, we'll give her a little bit of time just to find herself a bit, and it seemed to have worked nicely. She's strengthened up a bit, and it was nice for them, for the partners, to be rewarded with a comfortable win. And I spoke to Warren asking him, does he think she'll win again? And he felt that she will. So that's nice. So there's a bit of hope that this isn't the end for her. With respect, there was 1 or 2 horses with a bit of form, but it was a lot of unknowns in the race. So, I think she's got to still build and lift on this. But it was a nice win. It played into our hands the way the race panned out. It was great. Good draw always makes a difference. A big congratulations to all the partners: Karuna, Trevolin, Paul, Mike Brasher, his dad, and of course Errol Budlander. And have I left you out, Errol? No.
Huh? A lot of guys.
I got Paul Rankin, I got everybody in there, and well done to them. It's great to be rewarded with a win for their patience and their support. Really appreciate it. Well done to Warren for a good ride.
She's come back well. Leave us, Gav, anything else from your side?
1 horse later on, only 1 runner left, and that's African Dynasty. I think that her first run suggests she might be good enough to win the race from a good draw. Is looking for a bit further. But I think she's probably good enough to win this race, but definitely will be better over further, but I think we're probably there with her.
Thanks for that.
Thanks.
Well done, Gavin van Zyl. Nice start to the meeting, Warren. And I'll briefly touch on her pedigree. On the dam side, I see she could get 10 furlongs, but the way she won today, I mean, she won in a manner that suggests that maybe 1,600 meters plus.
Yeah, she gave me that sort of feel, like you say, looking for 2,000 probably, but she is very light. Gavin's taken his time with her. You know, she's still got to fill out a bit more and grow into herself and get a bit stronger to be effective over that sort of trip, you know. But she won a good race today, Dees. You know, I had the run of the race, really. I was able to follow the right horses, and when I pulled her out, I ran up to Anton with my hands. He was hard at work. And this filly just had to give me a little bit extra, which is always in the tank, and she won going away, won a good race.
There were no panic stations from anybody when Anton made that move on the outside. He decided, let me take first run and see what happens, but there was no panic stations from you. You were just cool on that rail. Yeah,
I was cool on the rail. Look, always had my eye on Anton. Once he circled, I was like, you know, I don't want him to get away from us. Luckily, Keegan was on my outside. He moved up. I was able to track him through. And then the horse behind Anton actually died, so I was able to switch my runs and get behind Anton again, which suited me down to the ground. And, you know, she just had the one to run past, and she done it effectively.
You had a wonderful season last season, Warren. I know you did a bit of travelling towards the end of the season as well, but in KZN in particular, you must have been really chuffed with the way you finished off.
Yeah, I'm very chuffed. You know, I've got great support in Mr. Van Zyl and his son Gareth. You know, they're behind me 100%, and I really appreciate it. I've got all the connections in the stable. We all really get along well, and they're all behind me. And, you know, it's just great to ride for guys that have the confidence in you, put you on these sorts of horses where you can afford to make a mistake. Not that I did in this race, but you could afford and still get away with it sometimes. But, you know, it's just the caliber of horse you ride, the caliber of gentlemen that are in the stable is just second to none.
And before you leave us, we got a big pick six today. It's a holiday. Everyone wants to get a piece of the action. Which one of Warren Kennedy's rides could we follow with a bit of confidence?
I'm very competitive today. You know, I think Hold the Line is probably my next best. Well, obviously African Dynasty in the back, like Gavin touched on. We're debating whether it's a bit short for her. We really think it is, but she's good enough to pick up a field like that and win the way I think she'll win convincingly. But yeah, I'm very competitive. You can't exclude me in anything today.
The one run I want to touch on, you're not riding, is a horse called 1C. The drop in distance, what's your thinking?
I think she'll handle it extremely well. She's very professional. She travels nicely in the race. You can put her wherever you want to, really. She's better from a bit off the pace. Small field will suit her. She turns it on extremely well. You know, last time I had a horse laying on me the whole way down the straight. Her turn of foot wasn't as effective as it should have been. She should have just about won that race. And, you know, today I think she's going to be hard to beat.
Warren, thank you for all that feedback, and sorry to keep you this long, but much appreciated.
Thanks very much. Just a well done to Gavin, well done to Errol, and to all the other connections. Congratulations.
Lovely. Warren Kennedy, always willing and obliging to shed light on his runners to come. Errol, it's a big partnership, so well done to all you guys.
Thank you. No, thanks. It was a very nice win. She looks like a nice filly. Well done to Gavin. Well done to the stable. It keeps on ticking over. It's great to have a winner beginning of the new season, just like my soccer team won on the weekend, and now my horses are winning, so I can't complain.
And there's hope as well, you know, both from Gavin and Warren. You know, she could pick up a heat or two.
It looks like it, so yeah, no, we're very excited, yeah.
Well done, yeah. And give us all our best to the rest of the guys. There's too many of them to mention, but you know them all. Well done.
I know them all. Paul, he must get off his lazy butt, and he should have been here today. It's running in his colours, but yeah, no, well done to all of them, to Paul, Michael, and the rest of them. Thanks very much.
Well done, Errol.
So.
Lovely. That's Errol Budlander and all the other owners here of number 3, Minnie the Moochers, 3, 7, 1 and 8. That's the way they cross the line here. And I think that exacta, I just had a quick glimpse at it before coming on air, paid around 130 Rand. So well done if you got that. Coming up next will be the start of the place accumulator, race number 2 at 13:20. That's 20 past 1.